So it's been an intense start to 2025. Here I am in the woods, this beautiful trickling stream behind me. I don't know if you can hear it. It's been a pretty intense start to the year. And I know some of us are wondering, like, is this how it's going to be? This sort of crazy, all the crazy stuff, the wildfires, just confusion, political stuff, like a lot. There's a lot. And for me, it's been challenging as well. I was sick. I started out getting sick on my birthday, which was December 30th. And then I had to really let myself rest and pull it together to teach a 3-day hypnotherapy class, which is part of this 9-month hypnotherapy program I do, where I teach people to be hypnotherapists. And it actually went really well. I did get better and helped me heal, I think, because we were bringing in a lot of light going into our subconscious minds. And but I'm finally out of this sort of survival phase of just trying to get through. And what I've been noticing in my life, and often what I share with you all here, is what I'm experiencing, because I know that that's the energy that's in the air. The collective energy is similar, that we're all kind of going through this similar stuff together. And so for me, I've noticed a lot of patterns coming up, patterns from this life, patterns from past lives, particularly it shows up often in relationships with other people, and it can be really challenging to navigate. For me, it's a past life pattern of feeling like was ostracized and, kicked out of not a village really, and betrayed by people I thought I trusted that were close to me. And that's happened again in this life recently. And actually it was this sort of thing that happened that I think I got sick from it. I actually know I got sick from it. So it's all about perspective, though. So when things like this happen to us, it's like, how do we choose to view it? Are we going to view it as like, oh, here it is happening again, and these things always happen to me, and get down on ourselves or start to feel like we're victims? Two things can be true at once. We can be like, well, these things do sometimes happen, and there's a reason they happen, because it's a past life pattern coming up to be healed. We can't treat, we can't see. But we can't control these things that happen to us. They just happen. Are we subconsciously sometimes attracting them because of our beliefs? Yes, that can happen. That's definitely a factor. But a lot of it is just, this is how we break the pattern. We re-experience it, and then we make a different choice around it. And for me, the past life pattern was being, told I was bad, and I was doing all these bad things, and I believed it. I said, yeah, I was bad. I shouldn't have done that. That's why people are mad at me, because I did something wrong. And so this recent situation that started coming up, and I started, a lot of doubt. And then I realized, you know what? No, that's actually not, I'm not going to do that. I can come to forgiveness and compassion for the other. But I'm also going to stand up for myself in a loving way and say, this isn't okay. So that's breaking the pattern, right? Making a different choice. So for me, it's been challenging to do that. And yet it's all part of the process. It's all part of the self-actualization. This is how we heal. So maybe you're noticing this in your own life. Can you have compassion for yourself, even though it's challenging, even though doesn't feel good? It's not something we want when we have these difficult situations come up, especially when we get sick. It's not always bad. Sickness isn't always bad. It's things getting purged, things coming out. It can even be like an energetic upgrade, which is what I felt I was experiencing. And what we're seeing around us, these heartbreaking wildfires, interesting play on words there. Wildfires, it's a lot to take in. It's so tragic. And a lot of us have a lot of questions. Why is this happening? Where's the water to get it out, to put the fires out? It's always wise to ask ourselves, when the media blasts something all over the place, why are they doing that? Is it being used to manipulate our emotions? Is this tragedy being used? Was there something intentional about it? And not giving our energy to that, even though we may see it. This is the ones who think they control things. These things are going to keep happening. And as heartbreaking as it is, when we see people who are innocent victims and animals who are innocent victims, can we not allow ourselves to be controlled or manipulated through our own emotions as a collective? Compassion, healing, caring, helping people that are suffering is really going to help us get out of this. And and of course, it's as within, so without. There's confusion within our own lives, challenges within our own lives, and that gets reflected in the collective. I do see this all as part of this massive shift in consciousness. We're seeing the shadows in our own lives, and we're seeing them outside around us. We can't treat what we can't see. I'm like a broken record. And for me personally, it's been one step at a time. Just what are the lessons? What am I meant to be seeing or learning here? And letting the emotions be released, the anger, the sadness. I certainly have gone through that myself with seeing what I've been, the heartbreaking things with these wildfires in particular, but also the personal things I've been experiencing. And can we just know that it's part of the process. It's part of how we're healing as individual humans and healing from past life karma and from this life, because it repeats in this life, and then we're healing as a collective. So it doesn't always just get better right away. It can take time to really move through the energies and to allow them to be felt and allow them to be transmuted as they make their way out of our bodies. And that's what sickness kind of is. It's energies coming up, dissonance coming up, feeling it, and then it starts to leave our body. So hope this has been helpful, just me sharing a little bit about what I've been experiencing, maybe for you as well. It's a full moon today. Really also intense, like emotions and energy and a lot of stuff being cleared. I think it's full moon in Pisces, so a lot of water. So can you allow that, just that gentle flow to flow through you and, connecting with light, with higher guidance, quieting the mind. We may not understand why something's happening, but we know that there's always loving guides helping us through it. And that's what's been really, really helpful for me. Many blessings.